What's going on, guys? It's Jimmy here with your second stimulus check update. And in this video, we're going to go over why Congress being on recess doesn't matter for the second stimulus check, the $1,200 check that we're waiting to receive. We're also going to talk about some more details on what actual stimulus has been passed already. And we're going to go over all that here in just a quick few minutes. But first, if you're not subscribed yet, click the subscribe button down below. This way you won't miss out on second stimulus check updates. It's completely free to subscribe. My wife and I do hours of research every single day so we can bring you the newest up-to-date stimulus check news, unemployment extension news, and everything going on around that in a timely manner. Also, if you can, hit the like button for me down below. It really helps out our channel. Okay, so one of the big misconceptions going on right now about the stimulus check and all the stimulus update information is that Congress is on recess, so there won't be a stimulus check for another 30 days. This is incorrect, and here's the reason why. So first, the Senate has gone on recess. They've basically gone back to their states, and they're working remotely in their own current states so that they can be with the people of their states. And you're going to see headlines like this that pretty much mislead you. And the key word here is unless stimulus deal is reached. And Congress has said that they will have a 24-hour notice to come back and vote when they do agree on the next stimulus package. So first of all, the two Republican negotiators aren't even in Congress. There's basically four people right now that are determining the fate of the next stimulus package and the $1,200 stimulus check and a permanent extension, or at least a permanent extension to the end of the year or into next year of the unemployment extension. And in charge of all the stimulus, besides what the president has already passed with the 4 presidential executive orders. These 4 people that basically have the fate of Americans in their hands for the Republicans are Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin and White House Chief of Staff Mark Meadows. Neither of these two guys are part of Congress. They don't reside in the Senate. They don't reside in the House. It's the Treasury Secretary and the White House Chief of Staff. Neither of them are on recess. Now, for the Democrats, we have the leader of the Democrats in the House of Representatives, Nancy Pelosi, and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, also from the Democrat Party. Those are the two Democrat leaders. They're not going to go on vacation. They've already said it multiple times. Those are the 4 negotiators. Those 4 go into a room behind closed doors and they basically negotiate on the behalf of the United States, on the behalf of the Republican Party and the Democrat Party. Those are the guys that are basically holding up the negotiations. If they come to an agreement, which they've said last week on Friday, they were pretty close. If they can come to an agreement on the next stimulus package, which will include a $1,200 stimulus check to Americans, then we'll have it passed and everything will be finalized. Well, it won't be finalized because the House and the Senate will have to vote on it. So it doesn't matter that Congress is on recess because once the 4 negotiators come to an agreement, they will have a 24-hour notice to fly all the senators and all the congressmen back to the Capitol, and then they will vote. So honestly, they can send all those hundreds of guys back to their states so they can work there because they don't really need to be there right now. The 4 negotiators are controlling everything, and when they come to an agreement, that's when they come back and vote. But anything that Nancy Pelosi and the Democrat agrees on, all the Democrats will vote for it. The Democrats control the House. They'll pass that there, and they're just a few votes shy of controlling the Senate. The Republicans control the Senate, but only by a few votes. So if they come to an agreement, both the Republicans and the Democrats, on a bill, they'll pass it literally within a day or two. This is good news for Americans. And Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin has said that the stimulus checks will go out faster this time, that people actually might start receiving their money as early as within 7 days of when they pass the next package. Now, we already have multiple stimuluses passed. We have the unemployment extension of $400 per week that was passed by presidential executive order by President Donald Trump. He said in a news conference yesterday that they expect the money to start going out to people for the extra $400 within a week or two. He also said that the states that can't cover their 25% portion, $100 per week, will be covered by the White House, and all those states have to do is apply to the White House to get that portion covered. So we have $400 stimulus passed, $400 unemployment stimulus passed to unemployment people, should be going out within the next week or two. This is also good news for Americans. We also have stimulus money for people who are working, which is almost half the United States, about 140 million people. This is through a payroll tax cut. What this does is it gives you a 7.65% raise in every single paycheck as soon as this actually goes into effect. We don't know the actual timing on that, but I would also assume that this will go into effect within the next week or two also. You'll receive a 7.65% raise in every single paycheck. I went over the details of that in this video. I have the link to that video down in the description of this video. You can click the little down arrow next to the title if you want to watch the full breakdown on how this works. But basically they're not going to take Social Security or Medicare out of your paychecks anymore till the end of the year. That will result in a 7.65% increase in your paychecks. This is good news. At first, we thought that, oh, this might be bad news because Social Security will have, millions, billions, or even $1 trillion not being sent to Social Security. Well, the president said last night that that's okay because they're going to take the money out of the United States General Fund to pay that portion of the Social Security so that any Social Security money won't be touched and there won't be any additional budget deficits for Social Security from this. So workers will receive a 7.65% increase. Social Security won't be harmed. And the president also said that they're going to try to pass new law that says you don't need to pay this back. I think that's very, very likely that you won't have to pay this back. I don't see any way that people will be able to pay this back. I just see huge problems with that. So I see it very likely that they will pass new laws that says you won't have to pay this back. For an average worker making about $45,000 a year, $47,000, this will result in a $1,200 additional stimulus that will be paid to you via weekly amounts. So break the $1,200 down into weekly. So maybe it's $50 a week that you will be getting every week for till the end of the year. For a $45,000 wage earner, that'll be about $1,200. If you earn double that, around $90,000, you would actually receive $2,400. If you earn half of the $45,000, you will receive about half of that, so about $600 in extra stimulus money. Now, if Congress can come to an agreement and they can pass a stimulus package, which includes a $1,200 stimulus check, then everybody would receive a $1,200 stimulus check in addition. So unemployment people will get their unemployment and a $1,200 stimulus check. People that are working will get their payroll tax deduction and a stimulus check. And if you're not working or you're not unemployed and maybe you're retired or on Social Security or SSDI, then you would get the $1,200 stimulus check when they pass that. The president also said that they're seriously looking at a capital gains tax cut and also a tax cut for low and middle income earners in the United States to provide a tax cut for them also. So we may have more additional stimulus coming in the form of more tax cuts in the near future. Both Republicans and Democrats have expressed renewed support that they both want to come to a deal on the new stimulus package and a $1,200 check to Americans. Also, both Democrats and Republicans want a PPP additional money for businesses, small businesses, in the next stimulus package. So when they can come to an agreement on that, it's very likely that if you own a small business or a side hustle or a side income, such as driving for Uber or your 1099, you're a real estate agent, or if you sell products on Amazon, that you can apply to receive additional PPP stimulus money for your side business or your side income, which the IRS considers a business if you're 1099. Recently, both the White House and the Republicans and the Democrats have said that they're all willing to compromise. The Republicans said that they're willing to put more money on the table, and the Democrats said that they're willing to come down $1 trillion in what they want for their stimulus package. And the Democrats also said they're willing to negotiate on unemployment, the unemployment money, to pass a more permanent order than the president's executive order that has already been passed for $400 per week. So we're going to have lots of new information coming out about the stimulus checks, the unemployment, the payroll tax cut, all these different stimulus packages, all these different stimulus plans that put more money in Americans' pockets. So make sure you guys have subscribed. Make sure you smash the like button for me down below. Thanks, guys. And you can watch this video next. It's my newest stimulus check video. And this video teaches you how to start a business selling products on Amazon. I have students that have replaced their entire 9-to-5 income by selling one product on Amazon, and I teach people how to do that. You can watch those videos next. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.